Hello students, teachers and parents. We have initiated this Dil Se program in coordination with Cyberabad Police and SCSC for creating awareness among the youth for cyber crimes. This has been initiated and successfully rolled out in schools, and we are educating the students and also the teachers and parents for regarding the cybercrimes which happens among the students. Due to COVID pandemic, we have seen a rise in the number of cases in cybercrimes previous year and also this year. This is mainly due to the advent of introduction and or advent of online classes or introduction of mobile devices to the students. The commonly occurred cybercrimes among the students are cyberstalking or cyberbullying, online harassment, online gaming cases, sextortion or sexual abuse. The relevant sections of IT Act are there for this cyberbullying or cyberstalking and all other cybercrimes which happens among the students. Some of the case studies I wish to share with you are one case, in one of the case where the complainant had come to us. She's a girl and she came to us stating that she's being followed by somebody. She's been getting instant messages in the Instagram stating her location, stating her calls to somebody, monitoring her photos, all those things were happening. When we started investigation, we got to know that somebody had hacked her mobile or hacked her email account. Then we told her to disable the phone and also to disable the Gmail ID or change the Gmail ID password and other features. When she did, the messages stopped coming, but we need to find the culprit who has been doing it. So when we started investigating and when we started inquiring the complainant itself about past relations or past any kind of acquaintances, in that scenario, we were able to crack the case by finding out her college mate who has proposed to her and also approached her through various means, but she denied and they remained as friends, and that guy happens to be her neighbor also. And we found out that the complainant had given her mobile to this person, this accused, on one instance, and the accused was able to install a mobile application, remote access application, and was able to access all her data which has been happening in the mobile phone. So that way we cracked this case. But she came very late to the police station. So in this context, I want to request all the parents, teachers, and also guardian, tell the cases, report the cases as soon as possible. You need not get victimized and keep on having this mental torture for a longer time. You can report it as soon as possible because Telangana police has more capability and investigative facility to investigate these cases and nab the culprit. And there was one more case where there is a 13-year-old was involved. It was a sextortion or a sexual abuse case. In this case, the 13-year-old got a message in Facebook and she started from an unknown friend. She got a friend request and then again she got a message stating that he wants to have a relationship with the girl, and he had given wrong details of him and he started chatting with the 13-year-old girl. After some time, he started asking for pictures of the girl. The girl sent normal pictures, but the guy, what he has done is he has morphed the pictures and sent it back saying her that these pictures are yours and I will post it in social media if you don't send semi-nude and nude pictures. Then the girl, frightened girl, what she did was she started sending nude pictures and semi-nude pictures and also videos to him, getting scared after sending to him, and after a point of time he was asking her to meet. So at that point she has got frightened. She got frightened too much and she informed her parents. Then the complainant came to us and we registered the case and investigated and found out the guy to be an engineer from Rajakonda. He was 26-year-old and he was having this he was doing this activity for more than 1 year because of COVID, all those things. So he's been doing this. So in this case also, the complainant, the victim, did not approach us fearing the punishment from the parents or guardian. So what I want to drive this point because students or the teenagers, most of them don't report the cases because they get victimized due to reporting of cases. They get reprimanded by the parents or guardian because of getting involved in these cases. But parents and teachers or guardian has to understand that the children whoever got into these cases are the victims actually. They are being victimized. So treat them as a victim and give them an appropriate environment to report these cases. Even the parents, even the teachers, even the school management should have a conducive environment to report these kind of cases. Because when you don't have a conducive environment, the students will not come forward for reporting of cases. Even in cyberbullying or cyber stalking, even in these cases of sextortion, we are not getting enough cases from the students because of this particular reason that they will be reprimanded. So reporting of cases is most important because that might lead to continuous sexual abuse, continuous sexual cyber stalking or cyberbullying will lead to suicide or some kind of extreme actions will be taken by the students. So in order to avoid those things, when we create a conducive environment for the students to report, for the children to report, then it will be easier for us to cut the criminal from the victim and also take the criminal into law and take him into, get into legal action. And there is a menace of online gaming nowadays. And there is, after PUBG being banned because of a Chinese app, a Garena Free Fire application, online application, this is an online survival battle game which has become popular among the kids. In this application, you want to purchase some virtual diamonds, virtual currency, which is diamonds or something it is called. And for that, you have to make a transaction through your debit card or credit card or UPI ID or wallet ID, anything you can make the payment. When in one of the case, a retired sub-inspector, his grandson had played this game and lost more than 21 lakhs. In this particular case, what has happened is the complainant grandson, he downloaded the Garena Free Fire app, online gaming app, and he registered in the name of social media account. After that, he made a first transaction in October 2020 with the help of a UPI gateway, UPI payment gateway. After that, he got a notification in between from the app itself that whether you want to authenticate the further transactions, further cash transaction, whether you want to authenticate or not, he got a pop-up. In that, he has clicked no thanks. Most of us, what we will do, most of the children or most of us also, what we do is we always click no to anything. So when the pop-up was designed in such way that the people will click on no. The authentication is not needed for further transaction. That was a pop-up. So he clicked on no thanks, and after that the application and also the payment gateway which is used for this particular application recorded the UPI ID, PIN number, all those things, and then onwards it started deducting the amount automatically without any authentication, without any OTP, or without any alerts. Like this, the complainant had lost 21 lakhs. So this is not the first case in this, because of this online gaming. We have got similar cases, and some cases we have recorded, we have lost some students' life also. In Bhopal, we have lost 4-year-old, fourth standard studying kid who has committed suicide after writing a note to the mother. And also there was cases of suicide even in Telangana and Delhi and other places also. Please monitor your children when they are playing any game, when they are playing any game or chatting or any kind of online activities. Reduce the time of online activities, because reducing the time of online activity will help them even to concentrate on the studies, and also falling prey to these kind of cyber frauds which is happening with the help of internet. So I want to reiterate that we have the capability to investigate and also to nab the accused at the earliest. And also we have special wings like Women's Cell, and also Bharosa Center, and also She Team, and also Cybercrime Wing, all those things to cater to the needs of the citizens. The students and parents and teachers and guardian of the students can directly come to us, can contact us, but the confidentiality of the information of the victim, their parents, their age, everything will be protected with us, because there is a provision in POCSO Act which states that these victims' details should not be revealed. Even if it is revealed by anybody else also, we will take a strict action on that. So I want to reiterate that fact that your information will be confidential with us, and we have the capability to investigate these crimes and also report these crimes as soon as possible to avoid victimization again and again. Thank you.